Ty Simpson entered the game against Wisconsin under pressure. After an uneven start to the 2025 season, the Alabama Crimson Tide quarterback knew he needed to prove his worth as the starting quarterback. What happened in the first half against the Badgers was nothing short of a masterclass in precision, timing, and game reading that entered program history. Simpson completed his first 17 pass attempts, establishing an SEC record as the first quarterback in the conference to finish a game with 17 completions without a single incomplete pass or interception. This performance wasn't just statistically impressive, it was tactically perfect. Each of the 17 completions demonstrated different aspects of Simpson's technical arsenal, from short timing passes to deep throws that required anticipation and complete trust in receivers. To truly understand the magnitude of this performance, we need to analyze not just the numbers, but the mechanics, decisions, and execution that transformed a quarterback in question into a dominant force. Analysis methodology. Decoding perfection. To properly understand Simpson's 17 completions, we use a multidimensional approach that examines three critical elements in each play: pre- and post-snap reads, ball release timing, and positioning location of each throw. This methodology allows us to identify patterns in decision-making, evaluate technical precision, and understand how Simpson systematically exploited Wisconsin's defensive weaknesses. Reads involve the quarterback's ability to identify defensive coverage before the snap, process post-snap changes, and make instantaneous decisions about where to deliver the ball. Timing refers to the quarterback's internal rhythm, when he releases the ball in relation to route development and defensive pressure. Positioning analyzes the precision of ball placement, considering not just pass completion, but optimization of yards after catch and receiver protection. Play-by-play analysis, the 17 consecutive completions. Completion 1. Setting the tone. Simpson's first completion was an 8-yard timing pass to the slot receiver on a quick route concept. Pre-snap, Simpson identified single coverage with a deep safety, signaling opportunity for intermediate passes. His post-snap read was instantaneous. He recognized the linebacker in zone coverage arriving too late. The timing was perfect. Ball release in 2.3 seconds, synchronized with the receiver's cut. The positioning was exemplary. Ball delivered to the chest, allowing the receiver to maintain momentum for additional yards. This play set the tone for the entire first half. Completion 2. Exploiting the middle. Simpson demonstrated versatility on the second completion with a 12-yard pass over the middle to the tight end. His pre-snap read identified a safety rotation that would leave the middle of the field vulnerable. Post-snap, he confirmed the rotation and immediately focused on the tight end running a dig route. The timing of this play was crucial. Simpson waited until the last moment to deliver the ball, allowing the tight end to completely separate from the linebacker. The ball was positioned perfectly at chest height, away from the late-arriving safety, demonstrating exceptional anticipation. Completion 3. Pressure and precision. The third completion tested Simpson's composure under pressure. With Wisconsin sending 5 pass rushers, he faced immediate pressure up the middle. His hot route read was instantaneous. He identified the blitz and automatically looked for the safety valve in the backfield. The timing was compressed but precise, release in less than 2 seconds before pressure arrived. Ball positioning was low and away from defenders, allowing the running back to make the catch and gain 6 additional yards that demonstrated Simpson's ability to maintain precision even under physical stress. Completion 4. Window passing. The fourth completion showcased Simpson's window passing skills. Wisconsin was in nickel coverage with an aggressive cornerback playing press coverage. Simpson read the coverage pre-snap and anticipated a back shoulder pass opportunity. Post-snap, he confirmed the cornerback was playing inside, creating a narrow but defined window. The timing was perfect. Ball released while the receiver was still in his break, trusting completely in the chemistry developed. The ball was positioned precisely on the back shoulder, away from the defensive back and in the ideal position for the receiver to make the catch without breaking stride. Completion 5. Deep intermediate precision. Simpson elevated the level on the fifth completion with an 18-yard pass at the deep intermediate level. His pre-snap read identified single coverage on the outside receiver with a safety shaded to the opposite side. This setup signaled an opportunity to attack vertically. Post-snap, Simpson confirmed the safety wasn't rotating, giving him the green light for the throw. The timing required patience. He held the ball for 3.2 seconds, allowing the receiver to fully develop his comeback route. The positioning was masterful. Ball delivered at the numbers, perfectly leading the receiver away from any traffic. Completion 6. RPO execution. The sixth completion demonstrated Simpson's mastery of RPO, run-pass option concepts. Wisconsin showed a look that could favor both run and pass, forcing Simpson to make a post-snap read. He identified that the linebacker was cheating toward the run fit, leaving a lane open in the pass game. His decision-making was instantaneous. He opted for the pass to the slot receiver running a quick slant. The timing was critical. Ball release coincided perfectly with the linebacker's commit to the run fake. The ball was positioned low and hard, allowing the receiver to secure the catch while taking contact, resulting in 7 yards and maintaining offensive rhythm. Completion 7. Red zone precision. Inside the red zone, Simpson executed his 7th consecutive completion with near-perfect precision. The compressed field required even faster decision-making and absolute accuracy. Simpson read a pick play design where 2 receivers crossed paths to create natural interference. His post-snap read was immediate. He identified which receiver would benefit from the natural pick. The timing was synced perfectly with the crossing action. Ball release occurred exactly when the pick was setting up. Ball positioning was crucial in the tight space, delivered high and away from any defenders, allowing for a 6-yard touchdown that showcased his red zone expertise. Completion 8. Mobility and accuracy. The 8th completion tested both Simpson's mobility and his accuracy on the move. Wisconsin got pressure up the middle, forcing him out of the pocket. Instead of panicking, Simpson demonstrated exceptional poise, sliding left while maintaining focus downfield. His read on the run identified a receiver breaking free on a scramble drill. The timing of this play was unconventional. There was no predetermined timing route, but Simpson and his receiver demonstrated exceptional chemistry through the improvised connection. The ball was delivered with remarkable precision while moving, positioned perfectly to allow an 11-yard gain that extended the crucial drive. Completion 9. Coverage beater. On the 9th completion, Simpson faced a sophisticated coverage scheme designed to eliminate easy completions. Wisconsin deployed a cover 2 robber concept with a linebacker sitting in the short middle to intercept any crossing routes. Simpson's pre-snap read identified this coverage tendency, but he maintained discipline to make his post-snap read. When he confirmed the robber was sitting low, he immediately looked for a deeper option running a seam route between the safeties. The timing required trust and precision. The ball had to be released before the receiver cleared the robber completely. The positioning was perfect, high enough to clear the robber, but low enough to beat the safeties, resulting in 14-yard completion that combined precision passing with strategic thinking. Completion 10. Double move mastery. The 10th completion showcased Simpson's understanding of advanced route concepts. The play call featured a double move, a receiver running a hitch and go designed to exploit aggressive cornerback play. Simpson's pre-snap read suggested the cornerback was likely to jump any short route, making him vulnerable to the second move. Post-snap, Simpson showed tremendous patience, allowing the fake to develop completely before releasing the ball. The timing was exquisite. The ball was delivered while the receiver was still recovering from biting on the first move. The placement was ideal, leading the receiver upfield and away from any help coverage, resulting in a 22-yard completion that combined precision passing with strategic thinking.
Completion 11. Third down conversion. Facing a crucial third and medium situation, Simpson's 11th consecutive completion demonstrated authentic clutch performance. Wisconsin brought pressure while maintaining coverage integrity, creating a challenging decision matrix. Simpson's pre-snap read identified multiple options, but he knew he needed to find a way to move the chains. Post-snap, as pressure developed, he worked through his progression methodically. First read was covered. Second read had traffic. But his third option, a running back leaking out of the backfield, became available exactly when he needed it. The timing was compressed but decisive. The ball was released just before contact, precisely placed to allow the running back to secure and advance for the first down marker. Completion 12. Field stretching. The 12th completion demonstrated Simpson's range and field awareness. The play design stretched Wisconsin's defense horizontally, with receivers running crossing patterns at different levels. Simpson's pre-snap reads suggested the defense might be vulnerable in one specific area based on their leverage and coverage shell. Post-snap, he confirmed his suspicion. A specific receiver would have a clean window if he could place the ball precisely. The timing required supreme confidence. The ball had to be thrown before the receiver was visibly open, trusting that the window would develop. The placement was surgical, delivered exactly where only his receiver could make the play, showcasing both accuracy and trust in his targets. Completion 13. Protection breakdown management. When facing a protection breakdown on his 13th consecutive completion, Simpson displayed remarkable composure under pressure. Wisconsin successfully brought a free rusher up the middle, forcing Simpson to make an immediate decision under duress. Instead of forcing a throw or taking a sack, he demonstrated exceptional pocket presence, sliding subtly to create just enough time to deliver a completion. His read under pressure was instantaneous. He found his safety valve while positioning himself to minimize any potential negative yards. The timing was reactive but effective, and the ball placement, while under immediate threat, was still accurate enough to complete the pass and maintain the drive's momentum. Completion 14. Route combination mastery. The 14th completion showcased Simpson's understanding of complex route combinations and how they work together to attack specific coverage concepts. The play featured a triangle concept with 3 receivers running complementary routes designed to put a specific defender in a bind. Simpson's pre-snap read identified which defender would be most vulnerable based on their positioning and likely coverage responsibilities. Post-snap, he confirmed his suspicion. A specific receiver would have a clean window if he could place the ball precisely. The timing required supreme confidence. The ball had to be thrown before the receiver was visibly open, trusting that the window would develop. The placement was surgical, delivered exactly where only his receiver could make the play, showcasing both accuracy and trust in his targets. Completion 15. End-of-half management. With tempo increasing as halftime approached, Simpson's 15th consecutive completion required not just accuracy but also situational awareness. Wisconsin was defending to prevent easy completions while managing the clock, creating a unique tactical situation. Simpson's decision-making reflected both urgency and precision. He identified a receiver who could not only catch the pass, but also get out of bounds to stop the clock if necessary. The timing was accelerated but controlled, and his placement was precise enough to give his receiver options after the catch. This completion demonstrated that even under time pressure, Simpson maintained his accuracy standards while thinking strategically about game management. Completion 16. Coverage adjustment. The 16th completion required Simpson to adjust to a post-snap coverage rotation that wasn't apparent pre-snap. Wisconsin showed one look before the snap but rotated to a different coverage after, testing Simpson's ability to process change quickly. His reaction was impressive. Instead of sticking with his predetermined read, he quickly identified how the rotation affected his options and found a new target that became available. The timing had to be adjusted on the fly, and his placement had to account for both the receiver's adjusted route and any remaining coverage. This completion showcased both mental agility and maintained accuracy under changing circumstances. Completion 17. Climactic precision. The 17th and final completion of Simpson's perfect streak was perhaps his most impressive. Facing a sophisticated coverage designed to eliminate easy completions, Simpson had to use every aspect of his skill set: pre-snap identification, post-snap processing, precise timing, and surgical placement. Wisconsin deployed their best coverage look, essentially challenging Simpson to beat them with pure execution. His response was masterful. He identified a small window that would develop based on route timing, waited for it to appear, and delivered a ball that only his receiver could catch. The placement was so precise that even reviewing the play, it's clear the ball could only have been caught by the intended target, a true demonstration of surgical accuracy under maximum difficulty. Tactical patterns identified. Analyzing these 17 consecutive completions, clear patterns emerge in Simpson's tactical approach. First, his pre-snap identification was consistently accurate. He was rarely surprised by coverage rotations and maintained awareness of defensive tendencies throughout. Second, his internal timing was remarkably consistent, whether dealing with timing routes, scramble drills, or protection breakdowns. Third, his placement was surgical throughout. Even under pressure or with difficult windows, he consistently delivered balls that maximized his receiver's opportunities for both catch and advancement. Psychological impact and momentum. Beyond the technical aspects, Simpson's streak had profound psychological implications for both teams. For Alabama, each successful completion built confidence and rhythm throughout the offense, creating a snowball effect that made subsequent plays easier to execute. For Wisconsin, the mounting pressure of facing a quarterback who seemed incapable of making mistakes began to affect defensive decision-making and aggressiveness. This psychological dimension often gets overlooked in technical analysis, but it's crucial for understanding how perfection breeds more perfection in high-level competition. Conclusion: Anatomy of excellence. Ty Simpson's 17 consecutive completions against Wisconsin represent more than statistical achievement. They demonstrate complete mastery of quarterback fundamentals under game pressure. Each completion showcased different aspects of his skill set, from pocket presence to accuracy, from pre-snap recognition to post-snap processing. More importantly, they revealed a quarterback who had reached a level of confidence and technical proficiency that allowed him to execute any throw required by the game situation. This performance will be studied by coaches and quarterbacks for years to come, not just as an example of accuracy, but as a demonstration of how proper preparation, technical fundamentals, and mental composure can combine to create moments of near perfection in sport. Simpson proved that when every element of quarterback play aligns, preparation, technique, decision-making, and execution, even the most challenging defense can be systematically dissected with precision and consistency that borders on the artistic. The true measure of this performance's greatness lies not just in its statistical perfection, but in how each throw built upon the previous one, creating a crescendo of execution that culminated in one of the most dominant quarterback performances in recent Alabama history. Simpson didn't just complete passes. He conducted a symphony of precision that will serve as the gold standard for quarterbacking excellence.